Hey guys, good morning. It's Daryl here. It's 4:30 a.m. Here on the East Coast in Connecticut, and this is going to be a tricky video. I'm not sure if I should do it or not. I saw that there's a March for Life today, a big anti-abortion rally going down to Washington D.C. Um, my personal stance on abortion. I don't know if I should, if it matters in this video. I want to do a no bullshit, no nonsense video. All right. I'll tell you guys up front, my personal feeling, and this has changed now that I've gotten older, in my heart, I think it's probably not the best option, abortion. When you really look at the procedure itself, I kind of, at this point in my life, I kind of believe that at conception, there's something that occurs there, a spark. But, a big but, it is not my business, especially as a man, to regulate what a woman is going to do with the giving, the whole thing of giving life in her body is not up to me. It's not my choice. It never will be. I will never need an abortion. Therefore, my opinion, and especially me making regulations of what a woman should or shouldn't do, is wrong. It's not up to me. It's a moral question up to the woman. And in the cases of rape and incest, without a doubt, no woman should be forced to continue a pregnancy that was not meant to be. That was, and I'll just leave it at that. All right. A no nonsense, no bullshit video. So I look at the marchers. Now, even though I may agree somewhat with them on the procedure of abortion, it doesn't seem like the best option. It doesn't seem, spark of life and everything. But I look at these people that are outside these clinics holding signs, these very vivid signs of actual abortions, and scaring the people going in and the marchers. And I got to ask myself, why are you doing this? Why? What's the bottom line? No bullshit. What's in their minds when they're marching? Is it for good, for God, for the Bible? Is it for the unborn baby? Do you care so deeply about this unborn baby? A lot of these marchers are Trump supporters, Republicans, conservatives. I got a question. If you care so much about that unborn baby, why don't you care about the 10-year-old, the 12-year-old? Why don't you care about the people, the families being separated on the southern border? How can you care so much about an unborn baby, one life, and be okay with an 8-year-old, basically, I don't know what term you want me to use, in a cage, in prison? His freedom is taken from him. Let's say that. I was reading up too on what happens to kids that are put into this situation. It is horrific when a kid in 2, 3, 4, 10, 12 years old is separated from his family in this unsure situation and in prison, his freedom taken from it messes up these kids for life, big time. Big time. Look into the psychological results of these kids being put in this situation. But I'm going off track. So what's driving these anti-abortion protesters? That's my question, And how do you quantify that this unborn life is so important for you that you will march for tens and thousands of miles? I'm sorry, dozens of miles to D.C., to take days off work and all that, to care so deeply about this unborn life. But for some reason, the kids in cages don't bother you. Why is that? These same people aren't big on food stamps. So you want to protect the unborn baby, but once it's born, if it eats, if the kid eats or not, it's not your problem. What about, the medical assistance? What if the mother had so the mother does what you want. She has the child, but she can't afford it. And she needs assistance, medical assistance. And we all know Trump supporters aren't big on this medical assistance. So you're all for having that child. It's so important for you. But once it's born, once it's out there in the world, it ain't your problem no more. That's where your sympathy, your empathy, your compassion ends, right there. As soon as it comes out of the womb, is that how it works? So I got to ask myself, how pure, how, or is there other motivations here? I got to ask myself if maybe you think you're getting, you're going to get yourself a better position in heaven, a better place in paradise. Are you working your way up in heaven? Is that the angle here? Because something seems off. I mean, how can you care so deeply for this unborn fetus, but not care for the child? Or for other human beings, for that matter, other adults? Well, how do you quantify your compassion like that, and why? It makes me wonder about the motives. Even though I agree somewhat that abortion is not a pretty procedure and probably not a good choice. But it's not my choice. Not my choice to make. I am not the judge. I have nothing to do with, it's not my decision, it's not my judgment. So that's basically my no nonsense look at this march today, and my questioning their motivations. It's amazing how a lot of these marchers have so much compassion and concern for an unborn fetus, but seemingly none for the children on our southern border locked up, suffering trauma that will traumatize them. I mean, there's stories that these kids are messed up once they go back to and a lot of these countries don't have any form of help for the behavior, for the mental health. They don't have it, so these kids are going to be messed up for life. These are the kids that'll probably end up joining the drug gangs. That's going to come back up into America again. We are the seed of our own problem a lot of times. The way we treat other people. All right, you guys have a good Thursday. Something to think about.